Morning. Fish, the Beach Bum Investor, cryptocurrency discussion and report for the 13th. Lucky for some. 13th of February 2018. I am in a little late today. I am sorry about that. Got stuck out in the surf. Not much out there, but wanted to have a bit of a paddle. Didn't surf very well today, unfortunately. But we'll get those cobwebs out before competition season starts. I found an article overnight, or actually this morning, which is pretty interesting. It's about hackers actually taking over government computers in UK and US to start mining. So just going to pop over to the screen share to start the show today. Wait for the crew to come in because I am a little late today. So a few of them might have thought Fish is having the day off. Not the case. Let's have a look at this article. Pretty interesting. Got the link for this in the description if anyone wants to take a more thorough look or a look in their own time. Cryptocurrency mining malware puts UK and US government machines to work. I love this. I don't know why, but I do. Over the weekend, a little piece of malware was hard at work mining cryptocurrency on government computers. Security researcher Scott Helm first noticed the malware, which he believes was running on more than 4,000 sites, including the UK's Information Commissioner's Office, ico.org.uk. That's apt, isn't it, for crypto? And the website for the American court system, uscourts.gov. The malware leveraged the victim's devices to generate the cryptocurrency Monero by performing complex CPU-intensive calculations, a mathematical process known as mining that's used to create some cryptocurrencies. And I had a look at the code. It's quite impressive. Just joking. I have no idea what code looks like. This is from Scott Helm. The malicious code injected into the @text help browser allowed software is tiny, but so powerful. Sorry. While text is the original code and purple text is the code injected by the attacker. Okay. In order to get crypto mining software onto unsuspecting computers, the hack targeted an accessibility plugin called BrowserLoud that makes the web easier to use for people with dyslexia or low English comprehension. After compromising BrowserLoud, the hackers altered the plugin's code, injecting malicious JavaScript in order to secretly run the mining software known as CoinHive on unsuspecting machines. On Sunday, the UK's National Cybersecurity Centre issued a statement that it was examining data involving incidents of malware being used to illegally mine cryptocurrency. In a report last month, cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike highlighted the rise of cryptocurrency mining, a relatively new flavour of attack. In recent months, CrowdStrike has noticed an uptick in cyber attacks focused on cryptocurrency mining malware that takes advantage of available CPU cycles without authorization to make money. The firm wrote, noting that it expects to see much more of this activity moving through 2018. Still, as Helm points out, things could have been a lot worse. A similar hack could have compromised government credentials or stolen identities instead of mining Monero. So yeah, cool. I thought that was a pretty interesting little article. Government hack on computers to mine Monero. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, pretty disruptive. I mean, that's not good. The Natrix. What's up, man? I'm not sure I've seen you before. You rebranding? Goodness gracious, there's all new people in today. Jeeben Incorp. Yo. Browser miners and other malate all over the place now. Other malware. Yeah, cool. Couple of new guys to start the chat off. Good on you guys. Welcome. We do this every day. I'm a bit late today, but you're welcome to subscribe and join us. Chia Kai's in. Chia Kai Hinahara, Ethercep's in. So smash that like button. I agree. Just watched a bit of a reason I was getting on late is because I was watching a bit of Doug Polk having a chat with one of his mates. They were just chatting about a bunch of things. Always good to log in. And I'll tell you what was being heavily shilled in the chat was Tron. It's a Tron shill fest in that chat. Ah, cool. No worries, Nate. Sweet, dude. Notio. You drove off the regs. Yeah, man. Yeah, I drove off the regulars. I have a habit. That's, people People last about 1 or 2 months in the crypto wave investment crew, and then they get sick of me and move on. Hey, the market's looking all right. Showing nice sideways action anyway, last time I checked. Still holding above 400 billion. Let me just do an update and see where we're at. Yeah, looking pretty good. All in all. Yeah, 430. It's come up a bit. 400, just a tick under 431 billion for the total market cap at the moment, guys. So good to see. A little bit of confidence coming back into the market. Jeeben thinks it's still going to remain sub 10K until mid-March. I thought a fluctuation ranged between 6K and 9K for a little bit, Jeeben. I thought we'd have to go down and test some of those supports again. This market has a habit of proving me wrong on the conservative side, though. The growth patterns are pretty immense. So I tend to be a little bit more conservative, expecting to go down and retest supports, and it doesn't always happen. So we'll see. Then you know how this economy works too. It's heavily, we'll say news driven, but it's almost more heavily fake news driven and rumor driven. So we'll see what happens over the coming months. I mean, for me, what I'm really hoping happens is the ban out of China is a temporary measure so that the Chinese government can shut it down while they understand best how to regulate it. Like I'd probably prefer they just left it alone, but lesser of two evils, right? At least Chinese people would still be able to potentially be involved in some sort of crypto. There's a lot of discussion. Will the Chinese just accept, will they have one crypto sort of thing that they back, which they do have a bit of a history of doing to the exclusion of other services. I can't remember what it's called, but the Chinese version of Facebook is bigger than Facebook. It's got more users. It's heavily censored though. But yeah, it'll be interesting. That's what I'm sort of would be a huge bullish move for crypto if the Chinese government said, okay, well, we've taken our time, we've had a good look at it, and this is what we're going to allow, and they come out with, a front runner would obviously be Neo. I think that ICOs could be actual ICOs themselves could be not a dying market a dying market. Well, I just think it's going to get regulated. I do. That was one thing, even out of that bullish Senate hearing, what I consider to be quite a lot of bullish news. They were certainly anti-ICO. Even Giancarlo was anti-ICO. So I think ICOs, as we know them now, the days for them might be limited. We'll see what happens in the future. Noddy, I can't even keep up with 20 people, mate. Noddy said, how would you go with the 4,000 plus people that Poke had watching? Could you do that, chat? Not a chance, mate. Yeah, Jeevan said we could go look towards the bottom again, go back down and find our supports again. I think you got to retest those supports at points, Jeevan, to actually build up the support where people are confident and actually call it support. Just because it bounced off there once doesn't really make it support. So I was sort of thinking 6,000 might be tried again. We'll see what happens. Kurt, I did surf today. It's out this morning. That's why I'm a bit late on today. Surfed pretty average, man. I surfed really bad, actually. I got there wasn't much out there, but that's kind of when I come into my own in the grovel. Oh, okay. Russia has, Jeevan said Russia has VK. VK is like Facebook, or it's bigger than Facebook, sorry. Blue Collar Crypto. How are you, Joe? Good to see you, man. This is an argument for Byteball. Once the government starts trying to control crypto, part of the space will move away to someone beyond their control, something other than blockchain. Their control. Yeah, but blockchain's not really in their control. Byteball's not any less susceptible to government intervention than Bitcoin, is it, Joe? If it is, let me know, man. I didn't think any crypto was necessarily more susceptible than the next. Nodio said, what's Facebook? I joined in 2015, man, and I'm never on there, so you're asking the wrong person. Best exchange for Neo, in my opinion, Kurt. Well, it's one of the beautiful things about Neo is it's widely available. Where I have look, where you're going to pick it up because people are performing arbitrage, especially on those big coins, within fractions of a percentage above the trade fee. You're probably going to get a very similar price to Neo on most exchanges. Let's go and have a look and see if I'm right about that. We can bring it up on CoinMarketCap. But one thing I would like to say about that, Kurt, is that I actually have a lot of success doing Neo trading. So there's Neo pairings over on KuCoin. And I just set and wait the same way I used to with Litecoin before they took the Litecoin trading away on Cryptopia, or they're phasing it out. So I found another pairing, which is Neo, and it's been really good for me. I've had really good swings. Neo, I'm trading Neo and QLink and Neo and Dragon Chain, and I'm murdering it. The swings are pretty good. So there's a little tip to give up if you want to accumulate Neo. There's like if you're good at trading, if you don't know what you're doing, leave it alone, or I'll be the one who ends up with your Neo. But yeah, you can just set them like wide apart and wait for the jackpots. That's not a bad way to do it either. But yeah, let's pop over and we'll just have a look at what the range is on Neo coins and see. We can also see if that Korean won premium that existed in the economy before they sort of shut down and said, nope, go and get into the banks and prove who you are and all the rest of it. Let's see. It had started to return, that Korean won premium. Let's go and have a look at CoinMarketCap. 428.8, so nice, sitting up there around the 430. Good to see. Just dropping back a little bit in that last 10 minutes or so. But what I wanted to do is take a look at Neo. Okay, and let's have a look at the markets and see in terms of arbitrage opportunities. Okay, yeah, okay. Have a look at this premium that we're talking about on the Korean won. Check it out, up bit, 118. The rest of the economy, 100, 111, 111, 111. There's not much variation. A couple there. It's trading a little higher on KuCoin, like less than 0.5%. So there's not really even room for your exchange fees to make money on doing arbitrage there. This one's getting closer on Gate.io against the US dollar tether. But yeah, it's a fairly consistent range. Oh, this is a big one. LTC to Neo. That's pretty cool. See what I mean about the Neo trades? Like if you were, you would have sold Neo into LTC at this price, so you would have got a really, really good sale price for your Neo, and LTC is a good hold at the moment, I think. So with LightPay coming out, it's just interesting. Look at the availability of Neo though, will you? Have a look at that availability. So yeah, best exchanges, man. I don't know. I like KuCoin for Neo simply because I can trade over there. But if you're just looking to pick it up and throw it into your wallet, Binance, if you have Binance coins, will be one of the lowest fees that you'll pay. So it'll be 0.05%. And actually, Binance have got they've got a promotion on at the moment. They're giving a reduction on trade fees because they messed up the other day and had that outage. So probably one of the cheapest trade fees available in the economy at the moment is on Binance. So that's probably one of the better places to get it if you've already got an account. Otherwise, they are limiting registration at the moment, I believe, still. Let's see what the crew's got to say. I had a look at it, actually, the Natrix, funnily enough. Nate said, hey, Fish, have you got into Electrify Asia? I had a look at it. Kind of like the power ledger of Asia, I guess, was the value proposition. Yeah, I don't think I'll get into it, man. I had a look at it. It looked okay. Joe said, this is in response to my Byteball query about whether it has like prevention from government intervention, more so than other crypto. And Joe said, well, I'm not 100% sure, but for the sake of the project, of course, Byteball is impossible to control. laugh out loud. As I understand, it would be more difficult, but it's still possible. Black Byte's not sure. Yeah, I think with crypto, the thing is, Joe, it's probably like it's easy enough for the governments to squeeze for sure. They can put they pretty much run the banks, or the banks run the government, so they can pretty much shut down the on ramps and off ramps with crypto. But what I don't believe they're ever going to be able to do, at least in some of the freer societies, is prevent us deciding that it is a store of value and a transaction medium. But we can choose that, even if there's never any on and off ramps into fiat. If we get enough people actually accepting crypto for services and products, we can live life outside of the fiat system. And that's why I see it as such an important step as getting crypto actually accepted in stores as a payment option, because and for products and services. Because Richard Hart brought up a point that was interesting and has some validity in that, you know, you're just giving them more off ramps, so all you're doing is encouraging dumping. But I really think we need to create an ecosystem that we can live within. You know, without the fiat system. That's the level of adoption we need to get to for crypto to be considered successful, where it's no longer, oh, well, I have to move it back into this because I've got to get a haircut. I've got to, you know, I've got to go and, you know, I've got a wedding to go to, so I've got to buy a new tie or whatever. You can go and do all that stuff with crypto, because that place accepts crypto for buying your ties. That place accepts crypto for getting your haircut. So for me, yes, it does. Like, a lot of systems will be set up to convert that back straight into fiat currency for merchants who don't want to take the risk in crypto. But it's still a super important aspect of us just normalizing paying with crypto. Because if they are to shut down the fiat on and off ramps, we can still transact with the crypto. We can choose to do that and operate outside of the fiat system for as many things as we can get people accepting crypto for. So I know that's kind of I wouldn't call it a contrarian point of view, but it's a little bit out there to say, okay, we're going to live completely outside of the fiat system. I certainly don't think it's possible at the moment. Did you get to see any of your mate Richard Hart with Ivan on Tech? Hart's bubble has burst. Nottio, watched the interview, man. I saw it live, so I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched what I caught live, but we've talked about it a little bit. He got very emotional. It's understandable. He's been there from the start, and I just would have thought a guy who's been in so early would be significantly in profit no matter what. And looking at the long term, he would have had to have suffered these dips and bigger in terms of percentage losses. So I'm wondering what compounded it so much this time for such a huge supporter, an advocate of Bitcoin, to now say it's all over. Ironically, the minute he said it was all over, the market bounced back. So we'll see. Trading in a bear market, buy when 25% on, down 25% on the daily, set order at 10% profit. Works nicely, says Joe. Been doing a bit of trading, Joe? I don't do a huge amount, man. I just got my jackpot set. The chief of Europol, European Police, a bit like the FBI, says an estimated 3 to 4 billion is being laundered via crypto in Europe every year, and calls for regulation. Thanks, BB. I'm going to do a video on that, man. It's one of the things that I'd like to get some facts and figures behind, rather than these people, you know, really manipulating or reporting the figures that actually promote their case. Because I'm sure I can find figures that make actual money laundering much more alarming. So we'll see. I got a few things that I want to do. I'm going to come out with I want to do a video on the top, debunking the top 5 myths about crypto, especially the ones presented to us by the current financial institutions, banks, things like that. JP Dimon, whatever his name is, Jamie Dimon. Sorry. But yeah, I want to do a video about that, so we'll see how we go. Jeeben. Fish, did you see how Lisk the past 30 days is only down 7%, around $28 now, and December it was around 32. Look at other assets across the market. Lisk is the only one in single digits, most down 25 to 50%. Yeah, it's done well. I think another one that would be up there would be Walton Coin. I think that's bucked the trend from the start of the year as well and actually gone up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think it was around $10 at the start of the year. Very, very start of the year. No, but you're only talking about the last 30 days, aren't you? So it's probably down from there. Yeah, Lisk is a good one. Like we started identifying Lisk on this channel at $2.50 or $2. Guys, you'd have to go and look at videos that are months and months old. But yeah, $2 and $2.50. So that looked like a good project out of, well set up in Europe through Germany. Still waiting on that rebranding. It's supposed to happen, right? But yeah, no, Lisk looking good. Rise is another one that I took a bit of a piece of, just on the concept that it had forked from Lisk, had pretty good technology, and if someone decided to build their app on Rise and it was a killer app, the Rise platform would probably rise in value with it. So I got some Rise as well, but yeah, mainly Lisk. Rise is very, very small. It's a speculative dabble. Yeah, Jeeban, my thoughts on it are that a sign of strength during an overall market correction, like if you've got more stability in the overall market correction, it's usually a good sign of community strength as well. Because I know, like, I work at PIVX, so I'll make that very clear. I work at PIVX. I get budgets there. I invest in PIVX as well. So I want to make that clear before I say anything, but we have a good community there. And that's why you'll notice that PIVX honestly retraces a lot less in the overall market corrections. Let's go and have a look. I might be shooting myself in the foot here, but it's a good thing to have a look at, even if we have a look at the last 7 days and see what's fared well. I think they'll start to be coming into green now, because our dips from memory were about 8 days ago to the that they really, really started coming down. So let's bring over screen share, and we'll take a look at the last 7 days and see which ones are, faring the best during the correction. It's a good thing to keep an eye on. Volumes is something else I like to keep an eye on. You see our volume's still down. I'd like to see this coming up well over 20 billion, maybe 25 billion. We saw it at 40 billion during our big bull run periods. So this volume needs to come up for mine a lot, because we're still not generating a lot of, sales, a lot of money coming in at the prices we're currently being offered. So let's have a look. Going to go back to all. Oh yeah, they're actually up now quite significantly. So yeah, the worst part of the dip must have been basically 7 days ago exactly. So this is not really the indicator I was looking for. God, look at Lisk. It's still obviously a fairly decent indicator, but yeah, Lisk was one of the more resilient ones through the dip. 93%. Goodness, that's good. If you bought on those dips. Revain. I still haven't had a look into this one. I'm going to have a read of it and see what it's about. I'm certainly catching up. Augur's one I'm getting more bullish on. It's been in the game for a long, long time. One of the first coins I owned. Walton's done well. Stayed up above the $20 mark. It's pretty good during the overall correction. Yeah, so all in all, looking pretty good. Pretty happy with those last 24 hours, guys. Looking nice. I just want to see some sideways movement. I mean, I'd be happy to see sideways movement through till Sunday, like next Sunday. And then hopefully after that, the Monday trade brings the volume back in. I don't know that it'll necessarily flood back in this week. It was too vicious. The drop was too vicious. That's my opinion. So I think we'll see a little bit of up and down movement between the ranges that have pretty much been set, but anywhere, as high as in terms of Bitcoin itself, 1,095 to maybe as low as 6 again to try out that support. Could even go lower. You know how markets work, guys. Depends on news as well. Nodio said, when's the cruise next ICO? Jiao's running one. Ian Spice is in. G'day, mate. Jiao's running one, so you'll have to check with him on that one. And my one's a fair way off. Well, it's not that far off, so I'm asking for expressions of interest at the moment. So if you are interested, Noddy, you're going to have to join up the Discord, brother. But that's I'll contact the development team there soon to see if they've got any interest in bringing on the crypto wave investment crew as strategic investors. So I'll contact them once we've got an idea of how much money we want to spend on that one, or how much money we would be looking to invest at the right valuation for the company, because they still haven't given us that yet. Jeeban said Lisk, WTC, EOS, and NEO. I like all of them. EOS, I'm looking forward to mainnet. I think June for mainnet for EOS. I'm looking forward to that because I think it has potentially in the past been overvalued before we've seen a mainnet. Don't get me wrong, promising, very promising, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing launching mainnet and seeing what applications get built on top of the EOS platform for sure. The other three I really like. Oh, I don't know if I'll do that, BB. I just think that it's a good idea. There's some, there are, in my opinion, easily debunkable, if that's a word. Shit, I'm going to have to work on that if I'm going to make an intelligent video. But there's some pretty easily debunked statements that have been made by mainstream media and very, very respected people in the world of finance and economics. I believe I can debunk some of the common misconceptions. So yeah, I'll do that. And people like 15-minute videos, man, and 5-minute videos. They don't like my hour and 20-minute dribble on every day. There's like 20 of you who enjoy that. Rent Your Plants, any thoughts on Elastos? Oh, I can't really remember it. We did have a look at it on the show briefly. There's a lot of people really starting to get bullish on it. I know that much. Oh, yeah, for sure, Joel. Joel's just said has a groundswell coming. Yeah, we've got a tropical cyclone off the coast, right? So we've got or an ex-tropical cyclone. I'm not even sure what it is now, but big low pressure system off the coast. So we're going to be hitting some swell over the next few days. So yeah, I don't know when it starts. Does it come in tomorrow? I'm looking forward to it, man. Love hitting some swell. G-Bank said PIVX $5 from $11 Binance price after it was added. Yeah, it actually spiked it. G-Bank, funnily enough, man, I showed people how to do arbitrage on the show. So when PIVX got listed onto Binance, obviously, being that I'm on the team over there, I was well aware that it was I was keeping an eye on it, let's say that. So as soon as it was listed, I went live. And then I said, holy crap, look at this price spike, guys, and all this sort of stuff. I said, hang on. Against Ether, it's trading at $15. And some lucky buggers got sells on $50 on PIVX. But because I was performing arbitrage, I could buy it on Bittrex and at 12 and sell it on Binance at 15. So I was just showing people how to do that live. So yeah, it was a mad spike after getting added to Binance. And unfortunately, just the timing of it was pretty terrible with the whole market correction because we'd taken big run-ups. So yeah, potentially leaves us very exposed, which it did, unfortunately. But the good thing is, I've been working at PIVX since, I want to say July. I think it was around July maybe that I started there. And it was about $1.80 price of PIVX, $1.50, $1.80. I mean, come on. This is like, I'm trying to think of companies that I've worked for that have gone, their share prices quadrupled in 8 months and people aren't happy. There's none. All the companies in the real world that I've worked, like the last company that I did, so you guys know I was in the hospital entertainment industry. Our company got acquired by a bigger company. That company was a public listed company and their share price went from like $1.20 to $2 after acquiring us. It was very, very well received by the market. And that was pop the champagne cork celebration time for a share price to go from $1.20 to $2. It was ridiculous. how happy everyone was. You do that in this economy and everyone goes, oh yeah. So, you know, I look at I take a bit more of a optimistic long-term approach to it all and think, you know, I've only been with PIVX for, I think, say 7 or 8 months now, and prices quadrupled almost. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy. If we can do that every 6 months, I'll be a happy man. Walton was $11. Where was that one? Walton was $11 on January 1st, $21.58. You remember, your memory does work, Fisher. Yeah, sometimes, Nadia. Sometimes it serves me well. WT was actually like 34 as BTC was tanking to 6. Yeah, it just recently lost some gains. Very impressive. Yeah, it's done well. It's done well for sure. I was a little bit, I thought one of their announcements that they made was a little bit irresponsible though. That made me less bullish on it. I can't remember the exact one, but it was one of their Twitter announcements. I was like, well, that's a bit irresponsible. I can't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, it's been good. I mean, Walton's done well. I'm happy with that pick, obviously. Joe reckons Bitcoin needs to break 9, otherwise the bears could take control. Yeah, I think it's possible, man. I think it's possible. We're trying out 9 for what, the second time on this run up. It did, I think it capped around there last time. So if we double cap 9, we're probably on a bear trend without some good news. Some good news can turn that all around real quick, but or some good rumors. Quick, start generating some rumors, Joe. Just joking. Mike, I found the BABB project very interesting. It's a decentralized banking platform. That is interesting, Mike N. Hey, we haven't had a look at one on the show today. Do you want to have a look? If it's on CoinMarketCap, we'll have a look. If it's still at ICR, probably won't. It's not yet. Inui. We'll keep an eye on it though, man. Thanks for the heads up. Cool. Noddy said, is anyone looking at Pharma Trust? Nope. New coin every day, isn't there? At least. Jeeben said, yeah, I'm looking at 6,800 to 9,300 oscillations for a while longer. Seems like consolidation right now. I'd like to see that, Jeeben. I'd like to see a consolidation phase, man. Let's stop riding the roller coaster for a bit and get some nice organic growth patterns going. And we need a consolidation period for that to happen, in my opinion. Otherwise, we're just going to continue volatility until we actually find a range. So I don't know. I'm with you. I'd like to see it. I would actually like to see that because that would actually give us some really nice levels of support rather than just single spikes on the chart that just that look like they can be broken easily with more downward momentum. I like to see that support build up. So I'm not against that. It dropping back down to those sorts of figures and even $6,000. If it does drop down to 6, I'll stack in again. I got in. I nailed it on the last one. I bought it 6.8 first time and then 5.8. I was like, yes. Like 5.8 was dead set bottom on Bitcoin, and I scaled into Litecoin and Ethereum at the same time. I just went with the top 3 at that because my alts are really heavy. So I just went into Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum in my last fiat run, which I haven't done in a long time. After the dive below 6, we covered to almost 9K before taking a short-term dip. We need to break higher or things will return to Elliott waves, bro. Yeah, cool. There was an interesting debate on Doug's stream this morning about technical analysis and how critical that aspect of investing is. And it's obviously a big part of day trading, but Doug was of the opinion that it's somewhat a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I agree. If most people are working off technical analysis, then it has more chance of actually, especially if people are just drawing their lines the same and that sort of thing, and has more chance of actually playing out. People believe it will happen, so it will happen, if enough people believe it. I think long-term research is the game, because whenever you see a technical trend broken, it's generally coincides with an event. So if you're the first person, because you're keeping your heads up and you're keeping your eyes open on the news, and you're one of the first people to hear about that, you stand to profit most. So stop reading the charts. Keep your eyes on the news. That's what I'd say. Hourglass is in. Here you go, man. Floyd, what's going on? Kane said I'll pop in for 15 when I can. Sweet. Piss off, Noddy. I said 20 people before, and Noddy said, don't get carried away. There's only 18 people watching. Go away. Bloody Kiwis. One leg later, correction hit. Laugh at our crypto markets spoiled us for sure. yeah, that's it, man. Crypto markets did spoil us for sure. It's been silly gains. I like it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not concerned that we've taken some of that profit back. I was part of that. I took some profit off the table into the run up, mainly. You guys know that. I was telling you as I was doing it. I was saying, hey, I'm taking some money off the table. We've all had really good runs. I'm going to take a little bit of money off the table. That's not only responsible, it sets you up to be really profitable if the market does dip again, because you've got more fiat to jam in. Russian scientists arrested for using nuclear supercomputer to mine Bitcoin. No way. Kane, are you pulling my leg? That's cool. Tun Kai Tong is in. Oh, have they? Cool, man. I'll get them all out. Tun. Yeah, I knew it was coming up, dude. So Gladius tokens have released from ICO. It won't be the whole lot, guys. There will be a vesting period on the bonuses, I believe. But we should be allowed to I should be allowed to distribute our core investment in that one. I'm just having a look now to see if it's actually been added to CoinMarketCap. No sign of it here yet, so I'm not sure if it's actually hit markets yet. I don't think it had actually been scheduled to hit markets for another couple of weeks, which actually gives me a couple of weeks to get them out. But please, guys, if you are invested in Gladius as part of the Crypto Wave Investment Crew's overall investment, you'll know if you did it, okay? If you did invest in our Crypto Wave Investment Crew investment into Gladius, please contact me over on Discord with your Ethereum address so I can send you your Gladius tokens, and we'll get that sorted out. And then we'll move on to the next ICO, and we start, rinse and repeat, and start it all again. Pharma Trust, check out The Drugs Are Real. Is it on CoinMarketCap, Nodio? Oh, it's 58 hours away, ICO. You're a pain in the ass. We like to look at ICOs on the investment crew before we mention them on here. All right, we're going to break the rules. Pharma Trust. What is it? Pharma Trust? I thought it would have been like, I don't know, like verifying corn on the blockchain with a name like that. All right, let's go and have a look at this thing. Pharma Trust ICO. We don't do this very often. Pharmatrust.io. Oh, got a really good rating on ICO Bench, 4.4. Okay. Saving lives using blockchain and AI, the most efficient international tracking system. Join the whitelist white paper. Oh, video. Fisher's work's done for him. Yes.
Counterfeit drugs are a modern-day problem. It's estimated that every year between 120,000 to 1 million people die because of them, and inefficient supply chains mean more expensive drugs. Regulatory requirements mean there are significant reporting burdens on pharmaceuticals. At Pharma Trust, we've come up with a solution to these problems using the most innovative new technologies. We use blockchain, artificial intelligence, and advanced data analytics to eliminate fake medicines from the supply chain and bring about greater efficiencies. We integrate to the manufacturers, warehouse, shipping, and logistic companies, all the way to the hospital or pharmacy, anywhere in the world, in fact, and we track each packet on the blockchain. The customer at the end can check whether a medicine is genuine or not by using the Pharma Trust app, and this allows significant advantages. Fake medicines don't enter the pharmaceutical supply chain. AI and data analytics make delivery systems more efficient. We prevent price distortions through efficient distribution of medicines. We have the ability to allow automated regulatory reporting and facilitate automatic payments throughout the supply chain. And the future? Well, we have that covered too. We have already considered IoT devices, smart labeling, and radio frequency identity tags, and that means a future-proof, future-perfect solution. Find out more about how we're helping take the pharmaceutical industry into the future.
Yeah, well, knockoff pharmaceuticals are a problem. You know, verifying the supply line seems to be a really targeted market in the crypto economy. You got companies like Wabi and Van, Walton Coin, RFID technology for that purpose. Here's another one looking to go into the pharmaceutical company. I won't go into it too much, guys, because it is an ICO. Now, if you are interested in investing in that one, what you need to do is go and find the white paper, and then you need to have a look at the team. We've been through a bunch of things on this show, guys, so you should know how to assess a little bit. You should be learning, sorry, I was just reading a little bit on here. You should be learning by now a little bit how to assess these things. I was just looking at the chairman. It's Lord Anthony St. John of Blestow. Cool. Actually, the team looks fairly solid. I'll go and have a look at it. Go and have a look at that one a bit later on. 2 days to get into. Thanks for the timely heads up on that one, Noddy. Ethereum Classic getting me some good gains. For Callisto, Z Classic, I'm mining for BTCP merge. Okay, they merging with Bitcoin Private. Cool. 2 coins that I don't particularly like. No offense. Both with good gains. Yeah, cool. Ethereum Classic's an interesting one. I mean, if you were, I don't know. Like, I spoke to a guy who was pretty into his coding and that, and he said that Ethereum's fork to recover the coins was just, you know, it shouldn't have worked. Ethereum should be dead. That was his opinion. Ethereum Classic should be, you know, code is law, and you can't just go and fork and change history. And Ethereum did it, and they did it early enough in the economy that they got away with it. I don't think it would be, I think if that happened to a coin now, the forked coin that basically went to change the ledger would not be well received. So I think in Ethereum's case, they're very lucky that they did that early on, both in their existence and in terms of adoption of crypto in the wider world. Good move on LTC. I think you said you got in at 124, if I remember correctly. 114 GBN as well. I think I hit it twice, maybe. It was around that mark, man. I feel like that's going to be good long term. Yeah, there's a potential pop. There's a lot of YouTubers saying it. And again, it's one of those self-fulfilling prophecies, right? Enough people saying it, enough people hearing it. People start buying it and it pops. I feel people with cash draw. I feel people with cash draw it low. People with BTC draw it high. Oh, right. News over any chart, in my opinion. Yeah, for sure, Mike. No, it's a good point, man. Like, you can draw lines to fit, right, what you want to see. Like, some of the lines that I see on charts that are on YouTube, I go, that doesn't even, like, that does not line up with anything. That's just a line in an arbitrary position. That's like my niece could come on and go, oh, look, Uncle Lukey, wee. Oh, what did I do that for? Wee. You know what I mean? They're just arbitrary lines. Some of them are good. I see some people with technical analysis and I go, yeah, that makes sense, looks good. I can understand what you're doing there. Some are just lines drawn in the positions that they want them to be. Last time it went from $11 to 32-ish, I think. Might have been talking about Walton Coin at this point. I'm just catching up, guys. Gladius is in IDEX and Ether Delta. Is it already? Oh, it's already released. Is it Tan Kai Tong? Where's this? Should be on. Maybe I can go to new trending. Recently added. Just having a look on CoinMarketCap, man, to see if I can find it. Thanks for the heads up, dude. Recently added Gladius. Still can't see it here. I'll go and have a look on those exchanges. Which exchanges was it? IDEX and Ether Delta. Okay, I can have a look on Ether Delta. Thanks, Tan Kai Tong. Legend. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Looks like I've got a very, very busy afternoon if that's already trading. I need to get that out to the investors. Dilly said, ICX or XRP? I'll take ICX every day of the week. Thanks, Dilly. It's not centralized. It's very, very well set up in Korea. It's still early stages. We've got to see how things go when we integrate our ERC20 tokens over into the ICX mainnet. And then we've got to launch some ICOs, or at least some applications on top of the ICX mainnet. And all that going well, I don't see why we wouldn't get a $30 price point for ICX. And I'm not just pulling figures out of, well, I'm not just pulling figures out of my bum. I kind of am. But there's the maths for it. Sorry about the fact that I'm doing the stream in my underwear. But there's the maths for it. So 31.3% of people in Korea are invested in crypto, at least the working class. So what I actually did for this formula is expanded it to the full population. And their average holding in crypto is $5,263 US. I assumed an ICX dominance in Korea, just Korea alone, the same as Ethereum in the overall market, because it's been dubbed the Korean Ethereum. So that was an assumption I made, a 12.5% dominance, which I actually, Ethereum is miles above that now in the overall economy. But anyway, so once all that came out, it came to $30.73. So for ICX, I've got some price, I've got some maths. I've got a reason to believe it will actually get to that point, provided the economy's going to recover like I think it will by the end of the year. So yeah, I'm bullish on that. Provided everything goes well, you know, we still got to go through this testing phase of actually getting our ERC20 tokens that we got at ICO over to the mainnet, and then hope it all goes well when they. Whoops, you know, I'm assuming it will go all well, but it's test phase up until we start launching some ICOs and see how the ICX network handles it. But I'm bullish on it. Ripple I don't like. Sorry, Dilly. I don't want to be brutal and blunt, but it's very centralized. It's owned 61% by the foundation, which means if they don't like what you're doing with your Ripple, they can stop you doing it. That's the sort of system we're trying to get away from. So yeah, I'd take ICX. Dilly. ICO videos, what was that? ICO videos always have to have at least one rocket. Farmer Trust looks exactly like Mod, laugh out loud. Jeeben, this modem is already doing that though, pretty much. Okay, cool. Exclusively focused on pharmaceutical with RFID and tracking, etc. I hadn't even seen a modem. But I mean, it's a Stacking's in as well. Stacking said the same thing. Modem combined with VeChain is Stacking's assessment on the one we just looked at. But I think there's like, you know, the Pepsi and Coke argument. There are room for competitors in the same space. Like monopolies are not a good thing for consumers. So I think that a level of competition within industry in the blockchain space is feasible. There's not only one pharmaceutical company or one pharmaceutical supply company or tracking company in the current world. So why does there only need to be one in the blockchain space? I think they can develop side by side. And I actually think it benefits us if OneCoin's not getting a monopoly in a particular industry. I think that's dangerous when that happens. New ICO video, same graphics. What do you mean, Mike, on that last one we watched? Exclusively focused on, oh no, sorry, I read that one. What is the best ICO we've got? Dilly. I've got, well, ICX is the one we've done best on so far. We did pretty good on Substratum. We did good on Q-Link. The one that I'm looking at the moment, I won't mention because I don't mention it on YouTube before we've secured our investment. As the crew, I look after the crew. So if you'd like to join our Discord group, it's like no membership fees or anything like that. It's just an open discussion group. So you can actually see which ICO we're talking about. If you want to get into the Discord group, the link's in the description. If you want to use that, you're welcome. But there's one that I like there at the moment. I've just started asking the group how much they'd be willing to invest if we were to be accepted as strategic investors. Sorry guys, catching up. You're a dickhead, Tung Kai Tong. Tung Kai Tong's stirring me up. He goes, Fish, BitConnect or XRP? No, I prefer Bitcoin Cash. You know that. All right, just for those of you who might be new here, no. None of those three are my favorite. Bitcoin Cash out of the three is actually I'd prefer that out of all three of them, but BitConnect we were talking about a long time that people should perhaps stay away from it. Nodio said ADA, XRM, Monero. Okay, yep. BTC, Ether, XRG. So hard to remember all these things now. Ether Classic and PIVX. I like PIVX. ADA is good. I think that as soon as they start putting some actual developments out there, I'm going to get hell bullish on it because I do like the work they've done prior to releasing the blockchain. But I'd like to see, I don't even know the development target for the actual blockchain to be released. I've got to have a look at that. But I think ADA long term will be very, very good. It's just I like to see things working. That's why I'm more bullish on ICX at the moment because they're closer to actually showing us that token integration and working platform for an ICO. XRG, what's XRG? Do you mean XVG? As in Verge? Verge is not bad. I think it got well overheated, as we saw, up to 30 cents. I'm pretty stoked though. I got to, it's pretty hard for me to lose from where I bought it, the Verge. Check out, which one is it? Quarex, 4.9 rating on ICO bench. Yeah, cool. We can do that, Tung Kai Tong. Nodio said Pepsi Coke. No argument, Fisher. Bundy tastes strange with Pepsi in it. Bundy being a very famous rum in Australia. Don't tell me you're a Bundy drinker, Nodio. I'm not going for a drink with you if you're a Bundy drinker. Bloody aggressive people, Bundy drinkers. All right, let's have a look at, let's see if I can find Quarex on here. We can have a look at two ICOs since we just seem to be not dropping ICO names all over the place today. First hybrid crypto exchange. Okay, bringing you over to screen share. Tung Kai Tong, one of our long-time Crypto Wave investment crew contributors. Let's go and have a look at one that Tung Kai Tong likes. The first hybrid crypto exchange, integrating industrial infrastructure of traditional stock exchanges with decentralized network. That's interesting. You got the white paper there. You can go and have a read at. News and announcement. Big news, Quarex CEX matching module is now available for load test. Cool, that's good to see. Blockchain advisor and impact investor David Drake joins hybrid cryptocurrency exchange platform Quarex. Quarex token pre-sale starts February 7 with non-public offering to whitelist participants. There you go, guys. If you are interested in getting into that, you're too late. Okay, cool. Fisher's work is done for him again. God, they make it easy for me, don't they?
Being driven by the cryptocurrency's fabulous value and quantity growth and forthcoming huge impact from the world's leading financial players, cryptocurrency trading has the only destiny to grow rapidly from year to year. By our estimation, its volume will grow almost 10 times in 7 years. But at the same time, leading crypto exchanges are not able to serve even the current volumes. They're not safe, their performance, liquidity, and functionality are already not enough. That's why we, the team of trading experts and IT specialists, suggested creating a new generation of crypto exchange. It's planned to satisfy the demands and solve the problems of current users of existing cryptocurrency platforms and create favorable conditions for a new wave of participants, not currently represented in the crypto world. So please welcome PIVX, the first crypto exchange with a hybrid architecture, integrating industrial infrastructure of traditional stock exchanges with decentralized network. In search for the optimal technological solution, we came to the only option: harmonious merging of centralized and decentralized elements. After the completion of the work on the functionality of the decentralized network, the centralized exchange will become one of its nodes. The centralized exchange, or the central node, along with other nodes that make up the network, will send orders to nodes with the best price for an instrument and exchange information with the rest of the nodes about current active requests by participating in the creation of aggregated market information for each electronic asset. From the point of view of the client using the platform's web interface, PIVX is a fully functioning web portal. We aim for the best standards in blockage services. That's why with our web interface, any type of user gains access to all of the possible exchange's capabilities. Such an innovative architecture and using of high-end technological solutions let us establish fundamentally new standards in cryptocurrency trading. And it's now just plans. The platform for trading and investing is 60% ready. The readiness of our web interface is 30%. And right now we're releasing a matching engine for public load testing to try out our new generation performance. Thanks to all of our features and vision, we plan to gain 5% of the rapidly growing market in 7 years.
Sweet ones. Looks all right, eh? To me, that'll all be, I'd have to go and have a look in the team and read the white paper, of course, but the value proposition seems pretty easy to understand based on what we've seen there. So it would go down to valuations. How much money are they wanting for their tokens at ICO? I'd have to go and do some figures. It looks good though. Decentralized exchanges are going to play a big part in the growing crypto economy. I have no doubt about that. I still believe centralized exchanges will play a role for some time, and that may well move to a dominance of decentralized exchanges as people get more confident trading on them. Packcoin, JR Garage, rate that. I'll stay well away from it. He might have meant XRB. You're right, GBid. Being Nano, I don't know. Nano for me is a really confusing one because it came out at like it was around for a long time. Let me check it. XRB, but it was around. Let me see when it launched, and I'll show you why this is like a little bit interesting to me. Just waiting for the chart to load, sorry. Should have just done it on here and screen shared. Fish. Yeah, see, it had been around since April, like before I even got into the economy, right? And no one said anything good about it until December, all of a sudden, when pretty much every coin in the market starts to pump. And Roblox pumps to excess, one of the biggest gainers through December for sure. Why did it, like, that's the thing. I had been streaming and doing videos on YouTube for 6 months and no one had said boo about Roblox, saying it was this brilliant technology that was going to crush blockchain. No one had said that. And then all of a sudden, as soon as it starts this little pump in December, man, did the shills come out of the woodworks. Roblox. I'm just like, what? Why? Like, I don't understand why all of a sudden it's this magnificent technology. Why didn't you tell me this back in May when I first got back? Like when I got into the economy in May 2017, why was no one telling me about this? If it's going to crush blockchain, shouldn't I have known that like in May? So that to me was just a little suspect. And I sort of said to people that it might have been overheated. Now, it's I believe it's one of the projects using DAG technology, cyclic graph technology. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting technology that can certainly be developed alongside blockchain. I don't think the general public will accept, make blockchain obsolete until, if DAG does turn out to be that good when it is stressed to the level of Bitcoin and those sorts of currencies that have high volumes. If it does get stressed to that level and handles it and does so for 10 years, yeah. But I think that the public will demand testing until then. So I'm happy that, evolutions of the blockchain, or different versions of blockchain and distributed ledger technology, more importantly, is being trialed. But I think it's a little bit ignorant to come in and say this will kill blockchain, because the public's not just going to roll over and go, okay, well, yep, because you said so, and it's been around for all of 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Bitcoin's been around since 2009. So I just think the public will demand more testing and more certainty around that sort of technology. Don't get me wrong, super promising. I own some IOTA as my hedge against, for a cyclic graph or tangle technology, or however you want to brand it. So yeah, I got some bike ball as well, actually, but I just didn't understand Nano's. Like you guys saw the chart I just held up. Like, why did it take so long to pump if it was this really disruptive, awesome technology? Shouldn't that have been very clear straight off the bat? It just seems like a weird graph to me. Oh, okay, cool. Fisho, those coins I wrote up before, those ones that I was reading out for Noddio. Floyd said, I'd rather have a banker's coin over a wanker's coin. Fisho, those coins I wrote is the ratings by analysis on Coin Checkup. Yeah, cool, man. Bryn, what's going on? 2:20 a.m. Your charger coming in. Hey, I had a look at Beluga Pay, Bryn. I'm coming down to live, guys. I've probably missed some comments, sorry. Whenever I go on a rant, I'm probably going to miss some comments, and I don't mean anything personal. Please feel free to put them back in. Anyone in Beluga Pay nearly brought me to the pre-ICO yesterday, but decided to have more of a think. Why did the terms and conditions say no investment, not for investment purposes? What else is it for? Bryn, you'll find that in a lot of the terms and conditions then. Things like that seem a little bit odd. Yeah, I had a little look at a Beluga Pay. I think it's going to be like there's going to be a growing demand for services like Beluga Pay, offering like a crypto style bank, if you will, making it easy for people to actually transact in crypto. I think that's part of it. I'd have to look more at Beluga Pay to actually get a really, really thorough opinion on it, like a really solid opinion on it. I think I actually registered for a whitelisting on that one. Have to go check my emails. That is Coin Checkup's technical analysis on all coins. ADA, Monero, BTC, Etherverge, Ether Classic, PIVX, IOTA. Don't tell Richard Hart. Singularity, Net, NEM, Bread, and Gas. So they're like some of the top ones, are they, on Coin Checkup, Noddy? That's pretty cool. Stoked PIVX is making that list, man. Have you heard about Bitmain miners and formaldehyde emissions? No. I don't know if you're being serious or not, Jeevan. No, I haven't heard about that. I hadn't heard about that at all. Hey guys, I'm getting a bit warm. It is the middle of the day here in Australia. It's probably 30 degrees outside, Celsius. So I'm starting to heat up a bit. I'm going to cruise. So it's a good idea to have proper ventilation when using Bitmain miners indoor. YouTube it. I'm going to go have a look at it, Jeevan. It's been good meeting you, man. Cool. I'll go and have a look at it. Good meeting you. Feel free to drop back in for a chat. We'll get introduce you to a few more of the crew. It's quite quiet day today because I came in late. Everyone probably figured I wasn't doing a stream today. But the advantage of that is I meet some new people whenever I come back a bit later. Baked fish, man. I'm cooking. The sweat's starting to drip off me. When the beach, sir? Say 15 minutes, Floyd. It's not much surf around today, though. We got this big swell coming in, so I might actually save my energy for that. It's going to be some big waves. I should take my phone out and do a stream on my board out the back in Big Surf. Might be hard to get my phone out without it getting it wet. Anyway, guys, I'm going to 32 in Broady, is it? Yeah, it felt about 30. I figured it was about that, Noddy. Jumping in the pool. Yeah, dude. I still haven't got your phone number off that last bloody comments thing yet. I'll grab that and send you a message too. Anyway, guys, I'm going to check out. It's been good catching up. Hot AF as well, where Dry God Spellweaver is. Global warming, hey? Anyway, guys, it's been good catching up. If you are investing today, please only invest what you can afford to lose. This is entertainment, information purposes only, not professional financial advice. Have a good day. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.